Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life, eternal life, through Jesus Christ.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned in to Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. I am your host, Shantier Wilson, and we have a very exciting show for you today. We have the very talented and beautiful, smart T-Star in the building. So, yes, clap it up, of course. So we'll be chatting with her a little bit later. But, of course, before we get into any of that, I first have a very important message to tell you all. Okay, so as you all should know by now, I am the first reigning Miss Black Teen Illinois U.S. Ambassador for 2017. And in 5 days, thank you. And in 5 days, I will be competing at Nationals for the national title of Miss Black Teen U.S. Ambassador, along with a ton of my other beautiful and smart sister queens. So what we're doing together as a collective art is we're trying to basically send 200 girls to the final show for the pageant. So we're trying to give tickets to 200 girls so that they're able to witness the Black Girl Magic that will be taking over the Magic Kingdom. They'll be able to go to some of the conferences, the final night show, and also the community walk. So basically, I believe that representation really does matter. And there are girls in the Orlando area who really need to see the smart and talented Black Girl Magic. And they need to see that for the first week. So we'll then be talking about that, and we'll be giving them 200 tickets. So you can go to the www.ticketspice.com to purchase your ticket to donate to the girls in the community. It's a great community effort, and we all need to make that happen. All right, and then in addition to that as well, we have the People's Choice Award. I am in first place for People's Choice Award, which is really awesome. I started jumping up and down when I saw that, because what that means is all of the proceeds will then be donated to the charity of my choice. So I'm going to be donating it to the National Prevention Center of Bullying. So that's really awesome. I'm so excited. So let's continue to support the kids at that prevention center, and let's continue to support anti-bullying. And keep me in Illinois in first place until Saturday when voting is over. So again, you can go on the mbusam.com and vote for People's Choice. And after all that is said, when we come back, we will have T-Star join us. You're watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. Thank you. Tuned in to Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio, and we have a guest co-host and a guest on the show today. All right, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm T-Star, rapper, dancer, actress, model, entrepreneur, designer, all of that in a bag of chips. And I'm super excited to be joining Teens with Voices today. It's an awesome show, and I'm just honored to be able to be here and to be able to, co-host with Shantier, which I just found out today, but I love it. It's amazing. I love it.
Most definitely. Before we get into any of that, though, we always like to do our weekly recap. So basically, just telling the audience what we've been up to since we've last been on air. So for me, it's been pretty busy. The Friday, I think it was like 2 Fridays ago, I actually went to the Outreach Community Center where I used to be a student at, and I was able to speak to the kids, the middle school kids, about their fearless living hashtag. And it was really cool because, I don't know, just going back and knowing that I was in their position not too long ago. So it was really nice, and they participated very well. So that was good. And then I went to walk for kidney awareness for the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois. So that was really cool as well. And then from there, it was actually a very busy weekend, the entire weekend. But on Sunday, I was awarded with my She's So Hood, Girls in the Hood Foundation Award. I saw that too. And she's actually the organizer of the Bobilican Parade. So yes, so I'll be walking in the Bobilican Parade August 12th, which is really exciting.
And I have experience for that too. It was I walked in the Bobilican. It was awesome. Like, it was hot, but it was awesome. Like, I was dancing and walking at the same time and rapping, trying to do everything at the same. But it's an amazing experience.
I know, and I'm trying to kind of brace myself for the heat.
Yes,
I'm like, it's August.
Literally, just bring a whole bunch of water, like a whole bunch of cold water, like below zero. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thank you for that advice. I'm going to need it, most definitely. So yeah, and then what was it? Friday, I went to Columbia College where I will be attending in the fall. Yes, as a journalism major. So I'm super excited. It was so exciting going there. Oh my God, I just love the school so much. I met a lot of cool people in my major specifically, and I'm excited to be on campus.
Oh my God. Out of the house. Yes. Out of the house. Out of the house.
So I'm super excited about that. But it was just overall a really awesome experience. I love the fact that the school is really a creative school. Really I feel like it's different from, I went to a lot of college visits and a lot of schools, they just don't let you be yourself.
Exactly.
And at Columbia, there's so many people. I mean, you have people in the LGBTQ community. You have just so many different people coming out. And it was just really amazing for me to see how open and accepting the school is. Exactly. So I'm excited to start classes.
And you know, I'm about to be a senior. I'm not in your position yet, but I will be. And Columbia is on my radar. Really? So yeah, I actually went to the orientation. No, not the orientation. Open house. Okay. I went to the open house, and I love it. Like, it's definitely one of my top 5s.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I know, right? I see you.
Right? What are you planning on majoring in?
Business and entrepreneurship for sure. And then I might double major, and I might major and minor in something probably pertaining to theater or something like that,
That's really good. And then too, I found out that they actually have like a recording studio there.
Yeah, I know. So I'll probably be doing that too. Once you get to Columbia, once you network with people, they'll probably let you use studio. It's a great creative experience from what I've heard. Most definitely.
And I think too, I like the fact that you network with so many people. If you are a theater, or if you're acting or you're in theater and someone is doing a film, they're obviously going to use you because you're an actor or actress or whatever. So I think that's really cool. And then too, I found out that all of the professors are still in the industry.
Yeah, they are.
So for me, being a journalism major, I'm going to be professor, is going to teach me, and he's actually going to be in the field. So I'm just like, oh my God, that's really cool.
That's amazing.
That's really cool. So hopefully I can get some internships and stuff like that and get the ball rolling. So
you got it. You already got look what you're doing. You're already ahead of everybody who's I'm pretty sure that's starting. So you're going to be great. I'm not worried for you at all.
Thank you. But enough about me. What about you? What's been going on?
Girl, too much. Really, this summer so far has been jam-packed since I got out of school. So, but last week, more currently, what did I do? Oh, I came back from Atlanta for my family reunion, so that was amazing. It's always great seeing my family. I love them to death. And due to the fact that, a lot of my cousins don't live in the same state and city as I do, it was kind of, harsh for me ever to, see them. So, I got a chance to see them and hang out with them. That was cool. We was there, from last week Wednesday all the way until this week Wednesday. So we spent a lot of time together, and it's always a celebration. I love them so much. And then I came back Wednesday, and then Thursday, what did I do? I think I just chilled, got, back together, got back down, chilled. And then Friday, what was Friday? I'm thinking. I don't know. It's always something going on. I just forget.
Right.
Friday. Well, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I'll come back.
It was something.
It was something. It was something. But for the most part, I'm just preparing for the summer bash. That's really all that's been going on. Rehearsals, thinking about just a whole bunch of stuff that's going on as far as like getting all the artists together, getting all the dance groups together. So that's been me for the last week. I've been promoting and just social media crazy. It's been ridiculous, but it's awesome. I'm super excited for the event.
That's great. That is great. And we are going to talk a lot more about that later on in the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But before we get into any of that, I always like to do hot topics.
Okay.
Like a little hot topic type thing.
Cool.
So in the media, I know you've heard about the Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian situation. It's been everywhere.
Everywhere. Literally.
Oh
everywhere.
my gosh. I don't even know if I have an opinion. I just try not to talk about the whole Kardashian clan.
Yeah.
At all. But this is just something that's been everywhere, and I feel the need to talk about it. First of all, people always put their business on social media.
Always. And for why? I don't know. I just
don't understand.
Everything is not for social media.
No.
I mean, like, social media is a blessing and a curse. I really do feel like it's that. I just feel like people need to know what, sometimes, you want to keep your life personal to a certain extent. Like, I get it, like, especially when you're a celebrity and things of that nature, you want to be personal and close with your fans, but there should be a line drawn, like, where you just say, I don't want them to know everything. Like, I respect Beyonce and Jay-Z so much because their social media is not all out there. Like, you wouldn't really know their business. We didn't even know she was pregnant until her dad slipped out and said something about it. So, like, I mean, I feel like that's good to a certain extent, because for you as a celebrity, you don't want the whole world to know everything about you. They could put curses and hex and crooks all up in your business, and then you just screwed. Like, yeah. So it's crazy. For the Rob and Kardashian one, Blac Chyna, she knew what she was doing. She already knew what she was doing. I really believe that she had a plan, and she, made it happen, and she did what she did, and now she good.
Most definitely. Rob, they have a whole reality show out of it. I mean, she got a reality show. She got everything. She got cars.
She got a baby.
Money. Yes.
She's blessed. After she got that baby, I mean, I really feel like, she is set. She don't have to want for anything else, period.
Yep.
Rob Kardashian, I just feel like he's doing too much right now. I mean, I know he's hurt and everything, but honestly, I just feel like to just at a certain point that it should be a respect for you as a man. Like, I get it. You were with her, you loved her. I'm pretty sure she loved him to a certain extent, but like, you should respect the fact that, she still is this lady. She still has this going for her, and you still have, what you got. So really, you're a Kardashian. You said you won't have nothing to worry about ever. So with him doing all that, I feel like that's extra. He's doing too much, and he needs to stop. Like,
but I feel like anytime something involves the Kardashians, it's always like, okay, are they doing this for a reality show?
Exactly.
Do they have a spinoff coming up?
It's always something.
Yes. So I'm really trying to see, like, is this all real, or did they all just sit at home and plan this out?
Yeah, that's the big question with the Kardashians. It's always like, is this real? Not reality, but is this real? Because, baby, they just. And the crazy thing is like, they have so much going for themselves off of what they, already founded as a family. So for them to, continue to put themselves in mess is just like, why are you doing this? Now you don't need to do that anymore. Like, just stop it.
Yeah, because I was reading something, and it was actually saying that Kim Kardashian made like $14 million off her makeup line.
Yes,
and
it's Kim Kardashian. Mind you, Kylie Jenner was the person who started the whole makeup thing, and it's really successful. I've been trying to get me a lip kit for the longest, and every time I would literally sit down at my laptop, wait. It's 5 seconds. They got the little timer. Click, click, click. So now I'm just like, what the heck, man? What is going on? But I'm gonna have to get it on the flip side. It's just,
I respect them 100% as business women.
Yeah,
as, they're good at what they do.
They are.
But I just don't know if I necessarily agree with the way they go about
it. Exactly. I agree with you 100%.
I don't really know.
It's a way to go. I feel as if they, they did what they did to become these famous celebrities, obviously. And I feel as though now it's just like they don't have to do anything else besides, be an entrepreneur,
Do
do
what
what they're
they're doing.
doing.
Yeah.
Like literally that's it. You don't have to be with the drama anymore. I'm pretty sure with life there comes drama, but it doesn't have to be exposed to the world. Like
Most
they already
definitely.
know what you're doing. Like just leave it at that. Leave it at
Wow.
that.
Yes.
That's how I
But
feel.
then I heard that Kylie and Kendall, they,
Mhm.
I guess after the Tupac movie had came out,
Mhm.
they did a shirt that it was like a Tupac shirt, but then they had their face on Tupac or something like that.
What?
And I'm thinking to myself, how could you? So they got a ton of backlash about
Okay.
it. So they ended up having to eventually not, sell the shirt anymore.
Right.
But I'm just thinking to myself, like, they just do so much sometimes. And I just feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I think that there comes a point where you need to let other people come in and kind of take that spotlight for a little bit.
Exactly.
Same thing, kind of how I feel with Beyonce. I know there's a ton of Beyonce fans. I respect Beyonce.
Yes.
Very talented. Amazing.
Exactly.
But sometimes I think that there needs to be room for other people to now come in and take that spotlight. She
I
has
get
her
it.
twins and she got
She's-
Blue Ivy.
And that's why, she sits down. I feel with Jay-Z and Beyonce, like they do it now because they don't have to do it because they need the money or anything like that anymore.
They're billionaires.
They're doing that because they love it. So whenever they put out an album or anything like that, it's not to gain any more attention. Like they really don't want the attention, obviously. I mean, they keep their life private for
Right.
the most part. But I just really feel like, they do it because they genuinely love to do it. They like say, okay, on my break, I'm gonna go in the studio, record something. I'm pretty sure they don't even have the intention on putting it out to the world. They just like, okay, I'll do it. Why not?
Most
Why not?
definitely.
But yeah, I do agree. Like it should be more room for other people to come in and join in and everything like that. And on accounts, it has been people who come in now, whether or not they're that level of talent.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's questionable. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I was actually watching a documentary of Beyonce, and it was basically saying how in Destiny Child, we all know that Destiny Child was really Beyonce.
Exactly.
It was Beyonce and Beyonce featuring Destiny Child or whatever.
Exactly.
So, but I was looking at it and to see her drive and to see how young she was, and she never gave up. She was very persistent.
Very.
And a lot of people don't really like Beyonce because of the fact that they felt she tried to overshadow LaToya, Michelle, all of them.
Kelly.
But I mean, if you think about it, she put in so much work and so much effort.
She did.
To be where she is today.
She
so
did.
I mean, it's like, can you really hate? You can't really.
You can't hate it. And that's one thing that I said. Like, it's one thing to say that you don't like an artist, but then it's another thing you have to know that you have to respect them to a certain degree. Like, they put in work. They obviously outshined a lot of people, not because they wanted to, but because they were hungry. They were starving more than other people. So I feel as though like people should kind of not say certain things about people where it's like hatred and all that other stuff, because this person lived, slept, dreamt, ate, whatever they did. So it's just like, you got to respect them for that. Like, they worked hard, they gave their all, and that's pretty much why they're where they are. And then they get mad because they're where they are. Well, maybe you should do the same thing.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
That's one thing that I've learned. You can't really look at people and what they're doing and be like, oh, she's on this show and she's doing this and she has this.
And get
Why
mad
am I
about
not
it?
like that? But you don't know how much effort they are putting in.
Exactly.
Like, you're talking about days and hours and sweat and tears and everything, money.
Everything.
You don't know. So that's definitely one thing I did learn while doing all these things, the books and acting and all that. So
yeah, it's a struggle.
It's a lot.
And I mean, and what I've learned about this entertainment business as a whole, like, everybody wants to be an entertainer. Everybody wants to be an athlete. Everybody wants to be a celebrity, a superstar. And the thing that different for people who are in the industry is really how much you're working, like how much you're putting into this, how much you love it, and how much it shows to people. That's what really kind of makes you stand out from the next artist or the next entertainer or the next celebrity, next big thing, whatever. That's what makes you stand out, really how much you put into it. So you can't get mad at the next person because they're working harder than you, because they're losing more sleep than you. You can't. You just got to go out and grind and
keep
do the
doing
same thing. That's what it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
All it is to it.
Grind, baby. Grind.
Basically. Now, through all the Black China and Rob Kardashian mess, I really have not seen any other celebrity news. I'm trying to, look, trying to figure it out. But right, so I don't really know if there's any other hot topics to talk about. I'm trying to give it a second to come to me. But I mean, I really don't, honestly. It's just that's all I've been seeing on social media consistently.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's of course there's stories of the kids always that are super, 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 super into their schoolwork, who are getting all these scholarships, all
exactly.
these schools and everything.
What's her name? Yara Shahidi, I think.
Oh my God,
got accepted
yes.
into Harvard. That's
Yes.
amazing. I was like, you go, girl, you girl. And one thing that I didn't like, okay, so you know how people are saying, you know, she's a celebrity, so she got into Harvard because, you know, she is a celebrity.
Oh my gosh.
Now, granted, a lot of colleges are very, very, very political, and they're like, you know, putting people in because of who they are and because they think that they will represent the school well. But you don't know what that girl could have did to get that spot. I mean, she had to obviously have the same credentials as everybody else to get where she is. So
yeah, they're not gonna let her in just because she's a celebrity.
They're not gonna do that. It's more to it. I mean, that's the perk, but I mean, it's way more to it.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I love her. I saw her at the BET Awards when she received her award.
Yes. I was so excited for her.
Yeah, I really was. And she's just so smart. And oh my God, just the way she thinks, the way she views life, and the things she's doing is just amazing.
It is.
For her to be an actress, you know what I mean, on this awesome show that's doing so well right now, and still being able to go to college, go to Harvard. Harvard. Like what?
Let's just think about that. Pause. Harvard.
Think about that for a minute.
Right.
And then she has the spinoff, the college-ish.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Okay, college-ish.
Because it's Blackish.
Yes, and then college-ish.
Oh.
That's going to be her spinoff. That's going to be really cool. So I'm just like, girl, she's doing it. And it's just amazing when I see young people who still focus on their schools as well as doing what they got to do.
It's very inspiring, honestly, because me personally being in that field where it's just like, you have to do both. It's like without me excelling in school, I won't be able to do any T-Star things, be able to do what I love. So it's just like, it's kind of, you got to think like that. And to see Yara actually like go hard and like just, it's amazing. It's very inspiring. It shows me that you can do it. You can still, you know, be the celebrity, still do what you want to do and do what you love, but also education is very, 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 very important. So
it is. Clap for that.
Hey, education. Get that education. Get that degree. You better get that degree.
No, I cannot. Everyone knows my love for Chance the Rapper, so I cannot.
Oh my God.
I cannot.
Oh my God.
Not talk about Chance the Rapper receiving his humanitarian award at the BET Awards. I cannot.
So I was so excited for him. Like, that's amazing. And he's what, 24, 25?
24, I believe.
24. And he's the youngest recipient for that award. It's just like, that is like an outlet for me. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get that when I'm 18, you know? It's just inspiring. Like, and just to see how he's been undercover, hasn't signed to any label. The fact that he's still out here breaking barriers, inspiring the young generation, the next generation is just really, it's overall just inspiring. Like, really anybody could do it if you really just put what you want to put into it. And that's, it's speech. It's great. Take my breath away. It's just like, it's amazing. I really like respect him, love him. He's like the outlet, the next. And I know. I can only go up from there. Like where you got the humanitarian award at the age 24. People who are like almost, I'm sorry not to be disrespectful, people almost about to die getting that award, and you 24 getting that award. Like, come on, like that is amazing.
Yes, and the fact. When I think of Chance the Rapper, I always think of the fact that he donated 1 million.
1 million, not 500,000 people, and that's a lot of money. But 1 million, he doubled that.
Own money that he made, that he worked hard to get
to CPS,
and he donated back into the community. To me, that is just the ultimate goal of mine. Because when you are to the point of that much success and you have the money to do that, you have to give it back to your community.
You have to, and it's like me now, I'm already like struggling, we just out here grinding, we out here doing what we doing. And I still try to make a way to, be able to let people, get something. I just always feel the need to give back. And I don't even have much to give back as of yet, because I haven't reached that level of success, but I just feel it in my heart. My mom always tells me, without these people who are following you, without these people who are your fans, you just have to let them know, like, without you, I wouldn't be who I am. Exactly. So for him doing that, I just aspire to be just like him. If not, just give more.
Most definitely. And I think that sometimes you have to give back, because in a way, I feel like if you don't, you block your own blessings.
You do. Indeed.
You have to give back. It's just there's no other way around that, honestly. I'm always thinking of ways, how can I help others? I don't do the things I'm doing for me.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I'm writing my book for my personal gain, or I won this pageant for my personal gain. Like, no, at all. People always think that, and I shut them down real quick.
Especially with pageants. Especially with pageants, because, you know, I didn't pageants and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, you're not. I didn't tell you that. Okay. Well, I was a pageant girl when I was younger. I started actually doing that first. Like, before I did anything else, I was a pageant girl. I started at the age of 2, and I won a lot of. I don't even remember. I was so young, but I won a lot of titles and things of that nature. And really, like, people used to think that I was just trophy case or anything like that, but they don't know the benefits from pageants is you really going into the community and, you know, just being a light for the people that's around you, and it's essential. Like, you need those leaders. You need girls. Girl power is just everything right now, especially Black girl power, like Black girl magic. Like, we need all of that for, you know, the next generation, for the community that's around us. So I just really think that people need to have a open mind when it comes to pageants. It's not just I want to get a lot of trophies. I want to get a lot of sashes and a lot of crowns. No.
Or I just want to walk around like I'm looking like I'm so
I'm doing this. I'm all big bad. No, it's not that. Really, the people who are doing pageants. I mean, I'm not going to speak for everybody, because obviously there are people who have those motives, but like, literally, it's all about giving back. It's all about helping the community, because really, that's all we have. Like, that's all we have. Without
those are the people that's out buying your CDs and buying the mixtapes, supporting you and all that type of stuff. So
you got to
definitely, More to the story is community matters, and you should donate to give back to your community. It's amazing. Just like Chance the Rapper. He's amazing. Awesome. All right. When we get back, we'll talk more in depth with T-Star. You're watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio.
Intellectual Radio. I'm gonna do this for y'all one time. I just take off. 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 Then I touch down. Come and ride with me in my town. Chi-town's where I live, it's where it goes down. Wanna join the team? We don't pay a gallon. Keep styles, I'm taking off. No wristband, no breaking off, no breaking me. I'm back now. Haters see my back now. They can't stop my shine now. They can't kill my grind now. I've stepped into water for years. There's no turning back now. I'm in it to win it. Go check out my checkers. My clothing line popping that T-Stock collection. You can win too, but you too busy stressing about what you don't have. You should count your blessings. That live show, I killed that. Young Tina Turner, young Mike Jack. $1 billion, I'm worth that. Don't believe me? Check Snapchat. Boss. I just take off. 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 I just touched down, Cam Newton moment. Yeah, one in my chest like I'm Superwoman. Woo. Nothing I can't do. I don't see the silverware. Oh man, I think somebody catching feelings. My GPA is like a Mustang. Too far away, you won't catch me. Don't test me. I ace that. Joker bitch, and I love that. Advantage style, I'm above that. Different flows, I does that. Working so hard they can't tell me no. Call a plug, call my Nico. Jump man got him about a week before. Sitting in class like, what are those? Shot down when you call me T-Rose. Ball so hot I won't leave this coat. I just take off. Call me Miss Carly. T-Star, aka Latanya's daughter. I just take off. 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 I'm gonna do this for y'all one time. I just take off. 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 I just take off.
I just take off. I just take off. I just take off. Then I touch down. Come and ride with me in my town. Shut I'ma do this for y'all one time. I just take off. 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 Then I touch down. Come and ride with me in my town. Chi-town's where I live, it's where it goes down. Wanna join the team? We don't pay you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shantier Wilson, and I'm sitting beside. Yes. And as promised, we are going to talk more about her event coming up, and a little bit more about her music and her clothing line. So first, let's talk about the music.
Yes, the music.
So, what message do you want to give to your fans who listen to you?
Man, it's so many messages. Morally, overall, it's just positivity. There's so much negativity in the city of Chicago, so I think that it's very important that people know that you could still be an artist and you could still speak the truth, and you could still be, you could still hold this type of, positive message about yourself. Like, I'm not the type of artist who is going to sell sex. I'm not the type of artist who is going to, just be grimy and, gangstery and cuss all in my music, because honestly, that's not me. And I feel like there's so much of that, not, disrespecting, knocking down anybody who does anything like that. But I just wanted to make a difference and not be that way, because honestly, it's the next generation that matters, and they need somebody positive to look up to, So I feel like that was kind of what I wanted to get with my message. And also, education is one of them. Being a young lady is one of them. It's a lot of messages. Having fun, because honestly, like, we're young and we're only going to get older from here. Unfortunately, I don't want to. I really don't. I wish I can go back to preschool and kindergarten and nap time. I wish I took those more, seriously, because I miss those. But, we're only going to get older. So it's really about what we're going to do for the future and what impacts we're going to make this world a better place. Honestly, that's all it's about. And I know that seems cliche, but in reality, that's all we have, is the next life of the next people, if that makes sense. I don't know what I just said. If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
And so I just want to make sure that people know that you could be different. You could still be very successful. I mean, Chance the Rapper is a very great example of that, who is encouraging, the next generation, and still having fun. So that's what I want to bring. That's what I wanted and always wanted to bring to my music.
All right, well, there you have it. That's amazing. I think it's always so important, because I say the same thing every time you turn on the radio.
Yes,
it's always the same type of music. You have the mumble rapping and stuff like that, and it's just, I want to hear something positive.
Exactly.
And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's people out here who feel the same way.
I'm pretty sure. And you know what? It's funny, because this one guy, he made a video. He's a social media person. He made a video, and he was like, Chicago radio stations be like, what he say? He was like, stop the violence, blah, 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 all this, blah, blah, blah. And, just all talking about just stop the violence. Then they'll play a song that's talking about bang, bang, gang, gang. I'm just like, that's so
that is so true.
It's contradicting itself to the max. I'm just like, how are you going to do that? But it's hard. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that it's easy, because with me trying to go about this whole positive movement route, and with my music being so clean, and with me not talking about the things that people really obviously like to hear, which is kind of sad, but I mean, it's the truth. Yeah. And with me trying to be that different person, I'm getting a lot of, lack of support, because I'm not doing what they're doing. I'm not cussing in my music. I'm not talking about, sexual things. I'm not talking about my body parts. I'm not talking about gang banging, drugs. I'm not talking about any of that. So it kind of hurt me that from my peers, I didn't receive, the support that I wanted to, because I'm not talking about those things. So it's hard, but I mean, I talked to my mom about this, and I was like, what's going on? She was like, well, really, it's not for them. If they don't have your support, it's cool, because think about what you're doing. You have a whole group of young girls that are looking up to you, and that's really who's going to take over when you're gone. So you don't even have to worry about your peers. What they say, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So that's what I was focusing on.
Wow, and that is amazing. I can relate to that as well, because when I did first write my book, if no one knows, it focuses on a lot of not needing validation from anyone to know your own worth.
Exactly.
And so in that, I talked a lot about, being abstinent and saving yourself for marriage and stuff like that. And I talked about the character in the story. She actually, 16 years old, she's HIV positive and she becomes pregnant. So she has to deal with all of that in itself. And so my main message was to teach not needing validation as well as being abstinent. And a lot of people, that's teenagers were my audience, and teenagers wasn't trying to hear that at all.
They don't like. I feel like it's crazy because everything this generation that we're a part of really just is brainwashed, and that is so sad to say, because you wouldn't think that we will be like that, but really we're brainwashed because there's celebrities that we look up to that are doing things that we really shouldn't be wanting to see, or we're not grown yet. So I feel like what they're doing is kind of like, as far as us looking up to them, it's kind of like, oh yeah, you can do this, why not do this, and it's just like we're doing it, and it's crazy because we're not supposed to be doing it. I mean, back in the day, my family is old school, so all my grandmas and grandpas and uncles and aunts, great aunts and things, like I said, I just came back from my family reunion, and they're like, why are these boys with their pants sagging down? Like, why is that like, what is going on? Like, they be wanting to yell out the window, pull your pants up, and then, it's just like, so it's everything's, like I said, social media is a blessing and a curse, because really, like, it gives people an outlet to show what they do, and it kind of, brainwashes us as a whole. So it's crazy. So for us, it makes it harder for us who are trying to be that positive light, who are trying to change things and turn things into where they're supposed to be, because now people are thinking like, oh, this is cool. When in reality, getting an education is cool. Being a role model is cool. Being a leader is cool. Not being a follower, like, that's not cool. Like, who thought that was cool? It's not. Like, so, I mean, it's hard, but what we really have to keep in mind is that do something, and obviously he gave the gift to us to be able to execute it, and I'm not going to stop until it's executed. So
Yes.
That was a whole mouthful.
Now, for me personally, I know there was a certain area that I had a little trouble with. When I did my interview for ABC7,
oh my God,
I went to share it, and I saw some of the comments. They were so negative about me personally, and I'm looking like, you have no idea who I am as a person for you to say that
as a person.
And so I know sometimes a lot of people might be going through that. So if you had any negative feedback from your music, how do you then handle that?
I actually just went through that, and it's crazy. So I'm on this whole campaign for the rap game. So make sure you guys, just follow me on all my social media. I'll give you all those later. But I had a pretty social media famous person share my video, and really, like, my video was all positive. What I did was I took a negative song and I put a spin. I took a negative beat and I put all positive lyrics on it, right? So I made that. I put it out there. She shared it, and she said obviously great things about it. And people in the comments were just like, yeah, her hair is cute. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, what happened to real music? Like, this is not real rap. Like, what is she doing? Like, all this and that. And I'm just like, my role models are people who do real rap. All I listen to is MC Lyte, Missy Elliott, like the greats. So for you to say Queen Latifah, that popped up. Just for you to say that real music is not back, that's all I'm trying to bring back is real music. Right. It's kind of like discrediting me. So I obviously got in a slump about that. I talked to my mom. She was just like, you know what? And normally I'm the person who is good with like negative comments and stuff. And she was just like, you said to me, when you get to this certain level of success and fame, you already know that there's going to be people who say negative things about you. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. And I also told myself that they don't even matter. Like, they're just people who are sitting behind a keyboard just talking because they're not doing what they're doing. They're obviously hating because I'm out here doing something that they couldn't do. They obviously they can't do it. So they're upset about that. And like, once I realized that, I'm like, you know what? After I put my hard, time and just, I really gave my all in that video. And so for somebody to discredit me, of course it hurt, but I'm not about to just let that sink with me. At the end of the day, they don't matter. They ain't gonna never come up to me and say that to my face.
Exactly.
They're never gonna do that. They're never ever gonna do that. They're gonna smile in my face and be like, oh, good job. And I actually witnessed that. Like, people will be like, oh, good job. And then on social media, they'll dislike it or something like that. And I'm just like,
no.
what? Like, how backwards, how flip-floppy, wishy-washy are you? Like, you're horrible. Like, go away. That's just really all it is. So really in this industry, you have to have a shield. You have to have a brick wall. You have to like not let things get to you as much. And you have to really like, realize, what did you start this for? And once you realize what you start this for, then everything else that comes with it, all the negative energy wouldn't even matter.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is really amazing.
That's how I do it.
Now, speaking of that, I know you do have a clothing line, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so my clothing line is T-Star Collection, and it's been out for 2 years now, I believe. And it's going pretty good. Like, really, I've gained a lot of people following me from my clothing line, actually. So of course I did my music before my clothing line, but when I started doing my clothing line, there's been more people that I could bring into it. So I have brand ambassadors who are obviously younger than me and the same age as me. They're promoting my clothing line. So it's just, it's just fun. It's everything that I do is promoting positivity, that you can do things, whatever you want to do, you can do it, and you can really be successful at it. And I love fashion. So that was another thing. Like, I love dressing up. I love being cute, girl, taking pictures. That's me. So having a clothing line was just like another outlet for it. So it's been great, and I love my clothes, and everybody who purchases it loves my clothes. So it's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience.
Now, where can someone buy the clothes at?
So I have my website is actually down. Not permanently. It's down for a short period of time. It will be back up. I promise it will. But right now, you can go on my Facebook like page, T-Star Collection, inbox or email my mom, and we'll get it to you. We'll ship it out.
All right, there you have it. Make sure you go get some T-Star Collection.
Get some T-Star Collection. Get some.
Okay, now I do want to talk about your event.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about what the event is.
So T-Star Summer Bash, this is the 3rd annual event, and I'm super excited because we started this event because we noticed as I performed at other people's events, they were typically like dance shows and things of that nature. And whenever the dance groups would bring me out to perform, I noticed that there would always be some type of level of disrespect when artists came onto the stage. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I ain't really rocking with this. Like, they don't give me the same respect as they're giving the dance group. So I was just like, that's not cool. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it on my own event, and it's gonna promote more artists, And then also along with that whole situation, I said, there's so much negativity that's being promoted in the city of Chicago, and there's nothing positive. Well, there is some stuff, but you never really hear about it. Like, why is it that I know, me personally, because I go to these events that are positive, but they're not being showcased on social media. They're not being showcased on the news. Like, these are things that should be showcased, and it's not. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna put together an event. It's gonna be about all positivity in the city of Chicago. There's gonna be upcoming artists. Like, I didn't discredit anybody who wants to join the show, even if this is your first time performing, I'm going to give you that outlet. Why not? Because you are obviously trying to be successful. You're obviously trying to go down the path of success. So I'm going to give you that outlet. And I gave like a lot of artists this opportunity. I'm so happy that I was able to give them this opportunity, a lot of dance groups and things of that nature. So I'm super excited, and it's been a handful of preparing and getting everything together. I've been talking to the artists. Like, it's not doing everything this time. No. I said I'm going to be hands-on with everything. I'm going to make sure everything is done like how I want it to be done, because I am a perfectionist, unfortunately. Yes. It's kind of hard, but I have to make sure things are going the right way. So everything's been really personal, and I'm super excited to see what the event will turn out to be.
Now, so the artists that you have coming out, are they youth in the community?
Yes. So everybody, for the most part, I mean, one person just moved out of town, but they're from here. Okay. They are from Chicago, all different sides, of course, and they're up and coming. So literally, they're not like, super name brand people, like, people who are on the radio and things of that nature. It's really just like people who are young, talented, and wants an outlet to be able to showcase their gifts. So that's pretty much what it
that is amazing that you're doing that. I mean, I always applaud anyone who gives an opportunity for the youth, because that's my number one thing.
Exactly.
Of course. So I mean, I think that's amazing. Now, how can we purchase tickets to the event?
Okay, so the event is July 22nd. It's going to be held on the west side of Chicago, where I'm from, because a lot of events were held on the south side. I'm like, west side. So it's held on the west side of Chicago. It will be at the By the Hands Club, which is a whole community center for the youth. So I'm having it there. It's going to be in the gymnasium from 5 to 9 p.m. And where is it? I just said where it was. I think I said everything. Okay, so purchasing the tickets. You can purchase your tickets on Eventbrite. Type in T-Star's 3rd Annual Summer Bash. That's again T-Star's 3rd Annual Summer Bash. And purchase your tickets there. It's $10 in advance and $15 at the door. So make sure you get those tickets in advance. And I think the deadline from that is the day of the event. So that's when it'll be $15.
Okay.
So just purchase it before July 22nd and you'll be able to get that $10 little discount thing. So yes, I'm super excited, and it'll be amazing. It's just always being in the positive. I'm all about positivity, positive energy, good vibes, because I really think that that's what propel us, to go further. Gives us that support and backing for, people who don't even have support like that. So it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited. I'm like, can't wait.
That's amazing. So definitely make sure you go out and get your tickets for this event. It sounds amazing. Yes. Again, I applaud you for doing what you're doing for the community, for the youth and community. That's great. Now, I know that you are, let me go back so I can say it correctly. You have a 4.9 GPA. Yeah. You are top 10 of your class, and you're a part of the National Honor Society. Yes. Oh my gosh. And she does everything she's doing. So that is amazing. How do you balance everything?
That is like one of the questions that I am mostly asked. And I can see why, because it's hard. I mean, people really think that it's easy, and I always tell people I shut them down right now. I'm like, babe, it's super hard. I need coffee. I lose a lot of sleep. It's a struggle. It really is. My daily schedule, it's kind of a cycle. I wake up 5 o'clock because I wish I can get more sleep, but I have to look nice for school. I don't know why. It's just representation is everything. So you got to make sure, you're on point. And so I go to school. I'll be at school like around 7:30 or whatever. And sometimes in the morning, if I didn't complete my homework from the night before, I would do my homework in the morning, try to knock that out, get things done. And after that, after school, who knows what I'll have to do as far as rehearsals, performances, studio sessions, who knows? And actually, this junior year was actually my hardest year because I had a part-time job on top of all of that.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, I don't even know how I did it. Like, I really just don't. I just go day by day, breathe, eat, and sleep as much as I can because I really don't get that much sleep. So it is a hassle. It's a struggle. And how I was able to do all of this, praying, talking to my parents, like literally taking it one step at a time and just making sure that everything gets done, because I know personally, and like I said, I'm a perfectionist. So for anything that goes on, I'm like, I need to be the top. I need to be at the top. That's just me. I know it's kind of bad. It hurts sometimes, but I mean, that's just me. And so I make sure that without school, literally my parents don't let me do anything. So I can't go hang out with my friends. This is something that I love to do. Obviously, I love to, do art. I love to perform. I love to dance. I love to do all those things. And I know if I don't keep my grades up, I'm not going to be able to do none of that. So what do? Keep my grades up. Like, there's no other solution. There's no other thing to do. So it's pretty much
that is amazing. All right. Well, real quick, can you just give us your social media?
Yes. Okay. So Facebook, go like my go follow me on Instagram, T-Starverse, Twitter, T-Starverse, that's TSTARVERSE. And make sure you follow me on my Snapchat, which is T-Star810. Trying to see if YouTube, subscribe to my channel, T-Starverse. Is there anything else? That's a lot. There's a lot of social media. I think I said everything, though.
I think you said everything. All right, so definitely make sure you keep in contact with T-Star. Thank you so much for coming out. T-Star, it's been a great show. Again, you're watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
I'll do this for y'all one time. I just take off. 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 I just take off and I touch down. Come and ride with me in my town. Shot town's where I live, it's where it goes down. Wanna join the team? You don't pay your guarantee style. I'm taking off, no wristbands, no breaking out, no breaking me. I'm back now. Haters see my back now. They can't stop my shine now. They can't kill my grind now. I've tested the water for years. There's no turning back now. I'm in it to win it. Go check out my checkers. My clothes line popping that T-stock collection. You can win too, but you're too busy stressing about what you don't have. You should count your blessings. That live show, I killed that. Young Tina Turner, young Mike Jack. $1 billion, I'm worth that. Don't believe me? Check your check. I just take off. 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 I just touched down, Cam Newton moment, yeah. One in my chest, like I'm Superwoman. Nothing I can't do, I don't see the silhouette. Oh man, I think somebody catching feelings. My GTA is like a Mustang, too wild, what you won't catch me. Don't test me, I ace that. Joker bitch, y'all love that. Adventure style, I'm above that. Different folks, I does that. Working so hard they can't tell me no. Call a plug.